All right, good morning, everybody. It's Pastor Craig. Hope you're having a blessed day. I've got a special treat for you today, the legendary Randy Clark. We're going to be starting a new series with Randy Clark, Greater Things 2025. Enjoy.
It's 80% of all Christians south of the equator have had a charismatic Pentecostal experience. Wherever the church is growing the fastest, this is what's happening. So anyway, the two stories I wanted to share with you that are not theological at all. My son, who's now 45, but when he was like 3, he was asthmatic, and almost every night at 3 a.m. in the morning, he would wake up, and we almost lost him once. He turned blue around his lips, his fingernails turned blue. He's out of lack of oxygen, and he almost died. And they told us at the hospital, the next children's hospital, the next thing was cardiac arrest. That was really, really close. But anyway, he at 3 years old, I wasn't home, but he went into an asthma attack, and my wife's praying for him. And as a 3-year-old, he said, gasping for breath, "Mommy, don't pray that way." And she said, "What do you mean, don't pray that way?" He said, "Pray the other way." He said, "What are you talking about?" "Mom, when I don't understand your words." And she said, "Josh, why?" "It works better." Now he had very little theology training at 3. The second story, these are from my family. The first time I had a creative miracle was when a woman was healed instantly of Parkinson's. It was in the last stages. And I called my wife the next day to tell her about it. And as I'm telling her about this as a miracle, creative miracle, she said, "It happened at midnight, didn't it?" I said, "How'd you know that?" He said, Jeremiah, who's my youngest at the time, he is 1. Jeremiah woke up with an earache and he's screaming. And I did everything I knew to do. I'm praying for him, and I found out, Randy, the only way I could get him to stop screaming, it started at midnight, it ended at 5 in the morning. So she's interceding for our son, and she's the only way that he would stop screaming if I would start praying in tongues. Again, that's not a biblical argument. I'm not saying it is. But if you ever have a child that's screaming or having some serious thing, and you find out they tell you that worked better, wouldn't you like to have that tool in your arsenal?